Welcome back to the RusNkaZ Show. I'm Bam Bam, your host.
Let me ask you something. What if the United States was already being treated like an enemy? Before it had a navy, before it had any power, before it had done anything to anyone? And what if the reason why was written down word for word by Thomas Jefferson himself, but almost nobody is ever shown it? Stay with me. Because once you see this, you will not look at early American history the same way again. I can guarantee that. This is a standard history textbook, thousands of pages, empires, revolutions, wars, and somewhere in here is the first foreign conflict the United States ever dealt with. A conflict that involved piracy, slavery, ransom, and a direct explanation for why it was actually happening. And it gets reduced to a few pages, no detail, no depth, no real explanation, especially not the part I'm about to show you. It's 1786. America is 10 years old. No navy worth mentioning, no global presence, no real defense outside its borders. We're trying to survive, trying to trade, trying to exist in a world dominated by empires. And then it starts. American ships in the Mediterranean are attacked, seized, crews taken, enslaved. Some are held for ransom. Here's the part that catches people off guard. This isn't Britain. This isn't France. This is coming from the Barbary states. The Tripoli, Algiers, Tunis, Morocco, North African states operating within the influence of the Ottoman world. And this wasn't random crime. This was organized, systemic, profitable. So America does what any rational nation would do. It asks why. Thomas Jefferson and John Adams meet with the Ambassador of Tripoli, and this is what happens.
Why are you attacking us? We have zero history with you. No quarrels. No stolen land. We've never met before.
What did we do?
It is founded on the laws of our Prophet. It is written in the Quran that all nations which had not acknowledged the Prophet were sinners in duty.
It is their right and duty to make war upon them wherever they could be found, and to make slaves of all they could take as prisoners. And every Mussulman slain in battle goes straight to paradise.
They sit down across from him and ask the simplest possible question. Why are you attacking us? We have no conflict with you, no history, no provocation. What did we do? And this is where the story changes, because the answer they get is not what most people expect. According to Jefferson's own letter, the ambassador explained it like this. It was founded on the laws of their prophet, that it was written in their Quran that nations who did not acknowledge their authority were in the wrong, that it was their right and duty to make war upon them, and that those captured in that war could be taken as slaves. That's not interpretation. That's what Jefferson actually recorded, word for word. Just think about it. Their religion was already beating on the 10-year-old United States of America. And those who think that Middle East was abrupted, or the reason why they're not successful is because United States of America intervened in 1953 or 79, are completely wrong. Because Muslims, by the religion of Islam, were already knocking on America, and they took over 1 million people as slaves. More than 1 million of Americans and Europeans as slaves. Just think about it. This wasn't you attacked us first. This wasn't you took something from us. This wasn't about land, trade, or policy. This was a system that justified attacking certain groups of people based on belief and authority. And under that system, Americans qualified. So for those of you who think that Islam is compatible with the West, are kidding themselves, because they were already attacking Americans based on their religion. Their religion is not a religion. It's cloaked in the religion, but it is a doctrine, a dogma, an ideology. It is a constitution that they live by. And that's why when the mayor of New York City, Rohan Mamdani, who is the New York city mayor, when he puts his hand on the Quran, he's swearing to uphold his right and duty to enslave infidels. Whoever doesn't believe in Islam can be prosecuted, can be thrown around, raped, killed. It doesn't matter what you do. If they're non-believers, they're infidels. So how can you at the same time serve the people of a Western nation and believe in this book that says you have to kill the people who do not believe in this book? My mind is just blown. And our politics are actually accepting it. How did he even get into the politics? Who allowed him to come and become a person of leadership and power, especially in New York City, #1 capital of the world? I am just shocked. I really don't have any words for this, because you can see how many Muslims are saying that they came here to overthrow, and they did, because they're just cloaked in religion, supposedly. Oh, this is freedom of religion, so you can't do anything about it. With our such tolerance, we are gonna be thrown out by the intolerant, where they're gonna create the intolerant society like they came from, and they're trying to put that upon us, so this society becomes like what they ran from. It is just insane to me. It's not because of what they did, because of what they were. And this should hit home for everybody who tries to argue about the compatibility of each one, or can we have Muslims in a Christian nation, or vice versa. This should answer all your questions, and it's written down word for word. And here's where it gets even more important. This didn't begin in 1786. This system already existed for centuries. Mediterranean had long been a contested region with expansion, conflict, and power struggles going back to the early spread of Islamic empires across North Africa and into Europe. By 711, forces had crossed into Spain. By 732, they were stopped in France. And for centuries after, there were ongoing conflict, raiding, and warfare across the region. The Barbary system, it didn't appear overnight. It was part of a much longer historical pattern. This wasn't just pirates acting alone. This was structured, ships captured, people ransomed or enslaved, and it was justified openly by the people running it. That's what makes Jefferson's account so important, because it shows how they explained it themselves. And if they try to hide in today's modern world, we know the truth. It goes back to 7th century. So now America knows the reality. And the leadership splits. Thomas Jefferson says, we need strength, we need navy, we need to defend ourselves. And John Adams says, we're not ready for war. Pay, survive, buy time. And for a while, America does pay. Tribute, ransom, money to avoid conflict. And at first, it seems to be working. Attacks slow down, things stabilize a little bit, but then the cost increases again and again and again. And because once a system leans you will pay, you don't become safe, you become valuable. And by the end of the 1700s, a significant portion of United States resources is going toward this problem, not building the country, managing it. Eventually, the question changes. It's no longer, can we avoid conflict? It becomes, how long can we afford not to fight? Because the system doesn't stop. The demands don't stop. And the logic behind it doesn't change. Now, here's why this matters today. A lot of people are taught a very simple version of history, that conflicts like this exist because of Western action, that the West shows up and creates the problem. But this timeline doesn't fit that model, because in this case, the system was already there, already active, already justified by the people running it, before the United States had any real presence. And if you ignore that, you're not understanding history. You're simplifying it and bringing in false stories into the narrative. So don't take my word for it. Go read it. Look up the 1786 letter from Thomas Jefferson. Read what he actually wrote. Read the explanation that was given to him. And then ask yourself, does the version of history you were taught include this or leave it out? Because once you see it, you realize something important. History isn't about what's told, it's about what's left out. And I'm Bam Bam, and this is the RusNkaZ Show. Read the documents. Stay vigilant, stay true, and always remember that God loves you.
Catch the wave, let your dreams ignite. In the world of business, reach new heights. Join the journey, hear the words unfold. Bam Bam's vision, turning stories to gold.